mobile market, one that is changing rapidly, it seems.
Indeed it is, Laura. Hi there, everyone. French telecom stocks, they've been rallying on the news of a deal between two of the sector's biggest names. Bouygues has agreed to sell its network to Iliad, a mobile operator that operates under the name Free. It's seen as a preemptive move by Bouygues to head off regulator concerns. This as it's looking to merge with a third player in the mix, SFR. Analysts say the deal is seen as a plus for the entire French telecom sector since it may ease price pressures, in other words, competition. Delano de Souza has more.
The map of the French telecom sector is being redrawn. Bouygues has agreed to sell its mobile network to rival Free for 1.8 billion euros. For Free, getting a hold of Bouygues' infrastructure means they will no longer be reliant on other operators.
Today we're at 8 million subscribers. Having our own network means we can double or triple this number from a technical point of view.
The sale includes 15,000 antennas and is seen as Bouygues' way of preempting French competition authorities. Competition concerns risk derailing the deal, as the combined entity would be a market leader with a market share of 42%. This will also reduce the number of telecom operators in France from 4 to 3. That was the case before 2012, and it's got consumer groups worried.
Consumers don't have a short memory. They know what the market was like with 3 operators and with much higher prices.
The French government is trying to increase investment in the sector and signals that fewer players could help, although it doesn't want to see prices go up.
If tomorrow they agree on a price, there will be a fine to pay the government. And also consumers will need to be paid every cent. That's dissuasive enough in telecommunications like everywhere else, not to work against the consumer.
Cable operator Numericable is also in the running to take over SFR. A board meeting by SFR's parent company Vivendi is planned for later this week.
Now, also this Monday, shares in Iliad, they got an extra push after it posted a sharp increase in yearly sales and profits. Overall, Iliad and its brand Free saw sales climb by almost a fifth to 3.7 billion euros in 2013. Its net profit was 42% higher, hitting 265 million euros. Free is the new kid on the block of the French telecom sector, and it was launched 2 years ago. At the end of December, its market share had grown to 12%. Before we leave the telecoms market here in France, let's just take a quick look at those telecom shares and how they performed on Monday. Iliad shares, they soared more than 11%, as you can see right there, and Bouygues gained almost 9%. Shares in Numericable, though, took a hit as its bid for SFR appears to be facing some trouble, as it appears that investors, they're betting that Bouygues will be able to take over SFR and not Numericable. Now, here's a look at some other market winners this Monday. The American fruit company Chiquita is merging with Irish rival Fyffes. The combination of the two would create the world's biggest banana supplier. The two companies together sell fruit and other produce for $4.6 billion every year. The deal requires shareholder and regulatory approval, but investors, they're welcoming it with open arms. Shares in Fyffes closed 43% higher in Europe, and Chiquita shares, they're up around 10% this hour. And that takes us to a wider stock market look this Monday. In the United States this hour, shares, they are trading generally to the downside. McDonald's is one of the companies under pressure after it reported falling sales during February. The picture was much the same in Europe at the close. Downbeat economic data from Japan and China also put pressure on global markets. And we're going to take a closer look at that now. Just to note that the Paris CAC 40 edged up somewhat on the back of those shares, telecom shares, I should say, also coming higher. Let's take a look now then at that data from China and Japan. Chinese exports fell 18% in February in comparison to the same month last year. That fall was much sharper than expected and pushed China into a rare monthly trade deficit. Authorities, they blame the Lunar New Year holiday season for the weak result, but some analysts say it can't be the entire explanation, adding to concerns that the Chinese economy is slowing down. Meanwhile, Japan has posted slower than expected fourth quarter growth, according to a revised batch of data. The economy expanded at a rate of 0.2% between October and December. That's in comparison to the previous three-month period. It's fueling concerns that a massive effort by Japan's government to stimulate the economy lost steam. And we're going to finish up with this to ease you into the sports with Dan. The president of German football club Bayern Munich, Uli Hoeneß, has admitted to dodging millions of euros in taxes. The admission came at the start of his trial. Hoeneß stands accused of concealing his income in a Swiss bank account. He said he wanted to put all the cards on the table, saying he deeply regretted his wrongdoing. Hoeneß may be hoping for leniency. He faces anything from a fine to 10 years in prison if he is found guilty. OK, that is the business news for now. Over to you, Laura.
Thank you, Marcus, for now. We'll see you in an hour. And Dan Levy is indeed here with me in the studio with all the sports news. Hi there, Dan.
Hi.
We're going to start with football.